Hey folks, just an update. Please bear with me. I know it's problematic, but I thank everyone contacting me. I just can't possibly talk to them all. But let's touch a few subjects, bring up an article today, and do what we do best, which is a grassroots, no money campaign. No money. Why put money into a rigged election? Okay. So, with COVID, there will be very few gatherings. There will be people at home. We have to control the media. We are working on that. If you've noticed, my name is not mentioned anywhere. Because I have a file on Hearst. Yeah, I have a file. And there, I've got them handcuffed. If they print another false story about me, I will sue them, and they know that. They claimed some pretty crazy things, folks. So let's just talk about some issues in an article. The article I want to highlight right now, and this is my speech in my hand, which I'm about to give. I wrote it. It's 9 minutes. It has to be 5 minutes. I can't speak for just 5 minutes, so I'm going to go over with the time. My dad read it, hit the ceiling, said, hey, this is a downer. I say, well, then I'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag with liberty and justice that's missing. Okay, here we go. I'm not going to read the speech yet. Though people are asking me for the speech, I will give you the speech. The speech starts with this line. There's a 50-50 split in the U.S. Senate. The deciding vote is Kamala Harris. She just got on a national stage and compared the January 6th riot. They're holding Americans for a year. Patriots. She, the vice president, compared the January 6th riot to Pearl Harbor. Now, we have an event in Florida from the 20th to the 24th. Distance, wear a mask, protect yourself. Don't go if you're infected. I won't be infected, folks. I'm working outside alone by choice, so I don't get my father sick, who I'm cooking for daily because he can't do it anymore. Okay? I set up an office in his house. He lives upstairs. We're doing what we can do to get by. He fell yesterday, hit his head, 7 stitches in the back. I just happened to come home, found him on the floor. Pool of blood. He's on Coumadin. He bleeds like a pig, and he's high risk to a metal heart valve, a pig heart valve, a pacemaker, and he's inoperable for heart treatments in the future. Now, he got a heart transplant valve in 1985. So we have gotten, 15 plus 21? 36 years out of him we thought we wouldn't have. Take care of the elderly, the conservatives. He was chairman of the Conservative Party for the state of New York. What else do you need to know? Nothing else. Let's put the article on the screen. I talked to you about the speech. You will hear it. If you want to comment on it, I will change it. But I have to shorten it substantially first. So, here's Article 1 that we want to talk about. Cruise lines seem to have no shame, certainly no sense of conscience. This is Richard Blumenthal, my opponent. We're playing Russian roulette with passenger health, putting at risk countless crew and people at ports of call. They should be stopped, held accountable, and ships docked. Well, then every movie theater would be shut. Every restaurant would require masks while eating, folks. Let's talk about some tough topics. And I'll do it. First of all, here's the COVID update on cruise ships from December 30th, 2021. The COVID-19 travel health notice level updated from level 3 to level 4, DEFCON 3 to DEFCON 4. This reflects increases in cases on board cruise ships since identification of the Omicron variant. We just filmed a video yesterday for a younger audience. Keep in mind about the gain of function, the narrative on vaccinating kids. And I might get kicked off YouTube and Facebook for it. Calling out the cruise line industry, the entire state of Alaska is dependent on vacationing. There's no industry in Alaska. They want to close every pipeline. Folks, there are cruise ship... Alaska is just a bunch of waterways connected by mountains that can't be traversed. So if you go to Juneau, it's a strip mall. It's tiny. It's like nothing. Juneau, the capital of Alaska, is nothing. Go to Scituate. Go to all these Seaward and go to these towns in Alaska, and you will see that, Anchorage is one thing. I think they have 300,000 people, but we went there 2 years ago on a vacation. It was fantastic. We went salmon fishing. We went panning for gold. Fantastic. I don't want to go off on a tangent. The other topic I'd like to talk about right here. Okay, I'm going to go to my Twitter page, and I'm going to go to messaging, which is right here. Messages. I'm going to go to Bruce. I've never met him. We converse. He asked me about Sue Hatfield. Well, obviously, if you look here, she blocked him. Well, she was in a very difficult position. Let's talk about Sue Hatfield. A class act. I think I was the only guy in Norwalk that knocked doors for her. Yes, I did. She never called me about it. I put up her sign all over Westport when confronted. I painted a barn with her picture on it. Well, I primed it first, and then I put up a sign for a guy for free. I put her sign up everywhere. I gathered her signs that no one was using in Fairfield County, and I put them in places of notoriety. I adore her. She doesn't even know me. She doesn't speak to me. She doesn't take my call. She can't. I don't blame her. She's a total class act. Lovely lady. And she took over as chair after our J.R. Romano disaster. Now we have another one. Patrice is a disaster. Okay? However, she stepped up. And I don't think you understand how much she stepped up. She's working for Richard Colangelo, our chief state's attorney, who is a criminal in my opinion. So if I'm an endorsed candidate by the Republicans and she's chair, how's that going to happen when she goes to work and works for a guy collecting bribes? It's just not feasible that she, be stuck in a position with no support in Fairfield County. No one can talk about her. We all know how much of a criminal he is. I mean, I've sued him 6 times for money laundering. Want to look at the cases? Let's go to the government website. Now, according to Ben Proto, oh, I lost that case. I'm a loser. Really, Ben? Go to case lookup. Give you an exercise. Go to docket number. Actually, let's show you by party name what's going on here. Flynn, me, the largest pro se litigator in the state. Category, location. Just go to Stamford. Ready? Let's see what comes up out of the 350 cases we've filed. City of Stamford, Flynn, computer share. That's a big case. Okay? But look at this case. Flynn versus NFS. Click on it. 14-501-4345. Who's the plaintiff? John Flynn. Who's the defendant? States Attorney Richard Colangelo. Okay? That's not the biggest case in the screen, folks. Okay? Look at the city of Stamford. I've sued them many times. They keep putting liens on our houses from undocumented aliens. The last one was 32 grand. No hearing, no nothing. Let's see, Stamford. These are all me. Well, not Michael, but hold on, I'm looking for Scaramella. That's a big case, folks. Well, I know the case number, so let's just go back one step. Look at this case. Document number. You got to learn how to use this screen right here. Put in 20. Put in 502-3122-S in the screen. Look who's the defendant. Richard Colangelo, defendant number 4. Who's the plaintiff? John Flynn. Me. I accused him of paying a $30 million bribe to Black Lives Matter and the NAACP to cover up taser evidence of a murdered boy tased in the head. Now, Sue Hatfield works for Richard Colangelo. This is the complaint. Okay? This occurred in 2019. It's 2 years old. I'm not harping on it. I'm talking about Sue Hatfield, a gem. Tong destroyed her in her debates. And Tong is the darling angel of various radio announcers, Republicans in the state of Connecticut. You need to be wary, folks. Be wary. If you need help, I can help. You have no idea. You have no idea. And Ben Proto has no idea. Watch the video of Ben Proto. We got to win him over or run him over. I hope we win him over. My appeal in this video is to one of my new opponents, brand new opponent, Peter Lumaj. Peter, it's plenty of time for you to run against Jim Himes, who is virtually unopposed. I say virtually, because Merlin can't beat him. T.J. Elgin can't beat him. T.J. Elgin was framed by Himes. Lamont told Brian Merlin to lawyer up, folks. Brian Merlin is a Democrat, which I will do my next video on. I've been asking him to come on our show. I call it our show. We're working. He's saying, Brian Merlin is saying, that Jim Himes falsified his delegates, and so did Tom, the delegate signatures. He's saying he filed a C complaint that Tom falsified his delegate signatures. Now, he went to Sue Hatfield, who blocked him. But you know what? He really wants to knock Jim Himes out. And so do I. So does the entire Democratic Party, as far as I'm found out. They're contacting me. I'm going to help them knock him out. We want Peter Lumaj to run. The Democrats want Peter Lumaj to run against Jim Himes. They will vote for Peter Lumaj if he runs against Jim Himes. However, if he runs against me for U.S. Senate, everyone's going to lose. Do you understand that everyone will lose in the state of Connecticut? The Democrats want Lumaj to run against Himes. And various Democrats will back Johnny Flynn for the Connecticut U.S. Senate because I'm approachable. I discuss things with them. We're working together. We're working together with Democrats who will vote for Flynn and say, I am the only Republican they will vote for. Now they're saying they will vote for Lumaj if Lumaj switches to run against Jim Himes. Take that in your pipe and smoke it, okay? Do you understand? I want to keep this at 16 minutes, so we have 10 seconds. John Flynn for U.S. Senate, Peter Lumaj for U.S. Congress. There's plenty of time, folks. He hasn't wasted any money, and I'll help him win. Why? Because Himes stole $50 million from me, and I'm going after Blumenthal, and I have the inside track. You have no idea. I have Democrats telling me they're going to vote for me. Very important Democrats are telling me right now they are going to help me win New Haven, Hartford, Waterbury, and Bridgeport. They are saying they will help certain Republicans win Hartford, New Haven, Waterbury, and Danbury, and Bridgeport. Bridgeport is a problem with 40% of its database contains falsified information. They're voting for candidates in Bridgeport with falsified applications. When they hear that someone can't get out and vote, they send in a absentee ballot for a person who probably won't question whether or not they voted, folks. So we have a mortgage problem. We have a voter fraud problem. I met with Mike Lindell, okay, his guys in Arizona. I have their file, okay? If you don't think the government through Space Force isn't watching the satellite traffic and doesn't know about the hack, you are wrong. Because A, Guantanamo Bay is full, okay? Every single federal housing facility right now is full. There's a fence around the Capitol. There are 250,000 arrests that you don't know about. I'm getting intel from the State Department. Hello. And what it's saying about Connecticut is disturbing. Okay? It's disturbing. The recent rules, I think there's some puppeteering going on. I'm at 19 minutes. Have a great day. I'm going to say goodbye, but this is a video for Peter Lumaj. It's an update. I'm talking about Sue Hatfield, who I adore. Don't call. Don't talk about her. I don't know what her plans are to get Tong's seat, but let me tell you, if the world does not support her, it's because she's a class act. So Sue, I've done more favors for you than you can count, and that's not enough. I'm stepping up for you. You don't need to step up for me. You don't expect people in very high-risk positions in Connecticut to back me. It's not necessary, okay? But what I can tell you is this. Richard Colangelo took a bribe, your boss, okay? Tasers were used in the Stephen Barrier murder. Richard Colangelo says no tasers were used. You're researching the last 70 wrongful deaths by police in Connecticut? And so am I. Democrats are coming forward with evidence about murders in Bridgeport, where a kid was shot in his car 17 times to death. That was a wrongful death case. I can't go there by myself because 17 cops are under investigation in Bridgeport. The chief of police was arrested. The next chief of police to be arrested is coming shortly. Bravo, bravo. Ask yourself if there's 500,000 felonies in Norwalk and the FBI is on it, and I gave them a file. Hey, look at your watch. Here's my watch right here. What's taking so long? Why are they holding 100 Americans in Guantanamo Bay in a prison for storming the Capitol to stop the steal? The steal is real. Our senators are in denial. I have people calling me from all over saying, oh yes, Senator this, Senator that, Senator the other thing. Really? Well, they're in a position where they're under attack. So we need a grassroots effort, volunteers. I just got one yesterday, and who I never expected to get. But we need all hands on deck. I'm at 22 minutes. Have a great day. I'm not reading the speech yet. I have to give it in 5 days. So I need your input on it. And Grandpa doesn't like the speech. Well, Grandpa ran for Congress in 1970. Yeah. On the ticket was Buckley. He ran in row C for Congress. He put Congressman Diaguardi on the Congress. He got many judges in New York State elected that were conservatives. And you know what? There's a story about Albania that should come out, will come out. It's troubling. It's troubling. So I like Peter Lumaj. I wish him the best. I'll give him some time to come to his senses. Go against Himes so we both can win. Because right now, sabotaging this campaign is not going to happen. Have a great day. Whatever it takes, 24/7, I have a file on everyone that we need to remove and put in jail in Connecticut. Have a great day.